What's up, bros and bros? It's a Bro Hammer here, coming to you today to talk about turning negative thoughts and experiences, even statements, into positives for positive gain, a little motivation. But before we get into that, if you haven't already done so, why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button and also turn on those notifications so you never miss out on any of the hardcore Bro Hammer TV content. So, what am I talking about here? We're talking about motivation. How do you motivate yourself? How do you inspire yourself to go throughout the day, to get things done, to accomplish a task? Tell you about myself, me personally. I have an excellent memory, okay? Not to brag or boast. I remember things from when I was 2 years old. I'm 36 years old right now. I'll be 37 in a few days. But I remember a lot. I remember everything. And unfortunately, I remember the negative things that have happened to me in life. Early on in school, elementary school, grade school, I got picked on, obviously, for being a fat boy, being the big boy, being husky, as some of my clothes used to say from J.C. Penney's. Used to shop in the husky department. All my big boys know about that. So I got picked on for that. Also got picked on for a lot of the times being the smartest kid in class. Like I said, not to brag or boast, I'm just stating the facts. So I still remember a lot of the things that were said to me. Some of the things by adults, some of the things by kids, some of the looks I got and whatnot. Do those things still affect me today? Well, yes. When you deal with trauma, whether it be physical, verbal, emotional, those things still do play an impact on your life. Now, we can choose to let it negatively affect our lives or use it in a positive way. Now, how can you use negative things, situations, or trauma to your gain? Let me explain to you. So, one of the things I do, being that I remember so much, I use it to fuel my quest to attain the physical form of the body that I want. Okay, I use it as fuel to lose 140 pounds in 8 months. Check out that video as well. I'll put the link below in the description. I use it as fuel. All right, I use it as motivation. Okay, I remember those things and I don't dwell on them per se and get down on myself and sulk. Oh, why did they do that to me? Why did those people say that to me? Nope, I don't do all of that. I say, you know what? I'm going to show y'all, mother. You know what I'm saying? And I use it as fuel to push me. Those days that I don't feel like getting up and doing an hour of cardio on the treadmill in the garage or at the gym. I'll think about that. I'll go back to those traumatic experiences. Or just, it doesn't even have to necessarily be something that somebody said to me. I could think about one of the times I went to the movies and I couldn't fit in the seat. That's something that a lot of overweight or obese people deal with. When we go somewhere, oh man, are they going to have a table available? Is this booth going to be big enough for me to fit in? Am I going to have to get the seatbelt extender on the airplane? I think about those things, and those things push me. Those are negative or traumatic experiences that you may have being an overweight or obese person that you can use to fuel your fire to lose the weight or get in shape and eat healthy. Even when you go into the kitchen, man, you want that pizza, you want that fried chicken, you want to eat that ice cream, you want to eat that cake. I got some cake from Walmart the other day, but that's neither here nor there. Mind your business, okay? Back to the story. So when you go into that kitchen and looking at that good, unhealthy food, that delicious, tasty food, think about those past experiences. Think about that time your butt could barely fit in the seat at the movies. For my Austin people at Lincoln 6 or Holland 10. Think about that. Think about that time that you could barely fit in that airplane seat. Think about that time that your stomach was hanging over the table in that booth at that restaurant, whatever restaurant you went to, and how you were uncomfortable. Think about all those situations when you tugging at your clothes because they sticking to your body. You feeling uncomfortable. Or your pants, all of a sudden you buy some new pants and a month later they don't fit anymore. 2 weeks, 2 months later, they don't fit anymore. Think about how those situations made you feel. Is that slice of pizza really worth it? Or 5 slices of pizza in my case? Is that giant piece of cake really worth it? That ice cream really worth it? You got to think about that. And when you draw back to those situations, you use it as motivation to an inspiration to keep you going forward. So that's turning a negative into a positive. That's how I do it personally. And I think that will work for a lot of people. Because I get asked the question sometimes, well, where do you find motivation from? Or I have some clients say, I just don't have any motivation. You know, but then they're telling me all these experiences that they have, they can relate to. That's your motivation. You just have to look at it in a different light. You cannot sulk. You cannot get down on yourself. Okay? You can't cry about it. I know sometimes you do want to cry. Hell, I'm going to be real with y'all. It's been times I've cried, you know, about being fat. It happens. All right? It's not just, you know, women dealing with, you know, body image issues. Men deal with it too. Okay? We might not admit it, that it makes us feel a certain way, because it's more sociably acceptable for men to be overweight in our society. You know, in a lot of places, it's a sign of wealth for a man to be husky, be a little big. But in our society in these days and times, we have dealt with body image issues when everybody on TV is a model, beautiful. You see Arnold Schwarzenegger, you see Sylvester Stallone, like I said in the previous video, they ripped, jacked, you know, shredded. Hulk Hogan, juice to the gills, Randy Savage. You know, you see these images of masculinity and they affect you. So it's okay, guys, to feel a certain way about your image. You just got to do something about it. You know, don't cry and don't sulk, like I was saying. Take those negative thoughts, those previous negative experiences, and use them as fuel to push you to keep going, push you through the next set, push you through the next 15, 10 minutes of that cardio. Push you to get down those 5, 6, 7, 8 meals a day, healthy meals per day. Use it to keep you from eating crappy food, from making the wrong decisions, from drinking alcohol, binge drinking every weekend or throughout the week, because alcohol has a negative effect on your body as well. So I just wanted to talk about that today, turning negative experiences into positive. You know, using those things that may have happened in life, those traumatic experiences, as fuel. I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want to drive this home. Sometimes it's hard, but you can do it. You just can't get into a mode of being sad all the time and feeling sorry for yourself. That's not going to get you out of the situation that you're in. And this can apply to any facet in life. And I'm just talking about, you know, health and fitness, because that's my profession, Brohammer Fitness. So I'm using it as that example, but this can transfer to all facets of life. You cannot sit and wallow in your own pity. You have to do something about it. Let's look for solutions. You know what? It's a funny thing. I'm not going to say any names, but I had a friend of a mutual friend say to that friend, you know what? I don't like talking to Mike sometimes. And he said, why? Because he always trying to look for a solution to a problem. Somebody actually said that, but that's the way I think. I don't, okay, cool. I understand you sad. I understand you feel a certain way about the situation. In my mind, you know, you're not just talking to hear yourself speak, or for me to sit there and listen to you, especially a man. Hey man, let's work on some solutions. Let's figure out a way to get up out of this funk. What can we do to solve this problem? That's the way you have to look at it. But obviously from that situation I'm talking about, some people just like to sulk and feel sorry for themselves until they feel like getting up out of that situation. But the longer you stay in that sphere of sorrow or self-pity, it's going to be harder to get out of it. Okay? That's all I have for that topic, guys. As always, share, like, comment, and subscribe to Brohammer TV. Let me know what you think about motivation. What motivates you? What drives you to wake up in the morning and do something that you need to do for yourself that you may not feel like doing? You know, especially when we're talking about health and fitness, what drives you to keep going? What drives you to push through the next set, to get through the next rep, to go heavier on that bench press, to do more cardio, to eat right? What motivates and inspires you? I'd like to know. So drop me a line in the comment section. Like I said again, share, like, comment, and subscribe. Bro Hammer, signing out.